Good afternoon. I am Adebare Ejimakinde. The Midday News. President Bola Tinubu has said that peace, stability, and democracy are the keys to African progress and development. Speaking at a dinner organized in his honor by President Teodoro Mbasogo of Equatorial Guinea, President Tinubu said Africa must take charge of solving its own problems, rejecting external expectations of conflict and instability. Before the dinner, the Nigerian president and his host had sat for talks and signed agreements in various areas, including petroleum security, among others. He highlighted the brain drain and talent loss Africa faces due to poverty, archaic judicial systems, and tribalism, emphasizing that these issues must be addressed to foster development. President Tinubu also appealed to international organizations to invest more in African research and development. President Bola Tinubu has explained why he signed the Defense Industries Corporations of Nigerian bill within 6 months, saying that he was driven by his vision of self-reliance in defense production. The president shed light on his security priorities at the 68th anniversary of Defense Industries Corporations of Nigeria and Maiden African Defense Industries Conference in Abuja. He emphasized that the country has to achieve self-sufficiency in military hardware. President Tinubu, who was represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, said DCON has become a cornerstone of Nigeria's military industrial complex production, ammunition and equipment that support Nigeria's military and security agencies. Earlier, the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, has said the Nigerian Armed Forces, paramilitary, and the police need 350 million rounds of ammunition yearly for effective operations. The minister spoke on the imperative of self-sufficiency in defense production during the signing of a memoranda of understanding on the establishment of weapon production plants in Abuja. The Ministry of Finance has confirmed the approval of the Nigerian Customs Service to start the implementation of the 0% import duties and exemption of value-added tax on basic food items. This was after President Bola Tinubu implemented 0% import duty wheat, beans, DC is carried on in the war against oil theft and losses in Nigeria urging the security agencies in attendance of the meeting to speak up and share their challenges in order for the committee to make informed decisions that will improve the country's economic growth. The rights agenda has asked the federal government High Court concrete measures to prevent attacks on journalists and other media practitioners. It also urged the government to thoroughly investigate, prosecute, and penalize perpetrators of all attacks against journalists. Consequently, the media rights agenda delivered a formal letter to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, emphasizing their deep concern over the persistent attack and harassment of journalists across Nigeria. Head of MRA's legal department, Ms. Obioma Okonkwo, stated non-compliance with such orders not only undermines the judicial process but also threatens the very fabric of the democratic society. She further stressed that the continued disregard for the court's order amounted to contempt of court, which could erode public confidence in the justice system and bring the government into disrepute nationally and internationally. Ms. Okonkwo urged the Attorney General to take immediate steps to ensure full compliance with the court's order to prevent further attacks on journalists and bring those responsible to justice. Now to the first story. The presidency says it is now ready to wade into the appointment of a new head coach for the Super Eagles. According to the Nigerian Football Federation, the appointment of the new Super Eagles coach is now beyond it and Sports Ministry. Reports say the NFF is to make a pronouncement on the appointment of a new head coach for the three-time African champions. The appointment of the new head coach, NFF's technical director, Augustine Eguavon, is in line to manage the Super Eagles for the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda next month. Moving forward now to foreign story. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has met with Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud in Cairo to discuss countering terrorism and Somalia's security. One of the outcomes of the meeting was the new defense agreement signed between Somalia and Egypt, as President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi expressed his support to combat terrorism in Somalia, ensuring its stability. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud said he was impressed by the outcome of the meeting to protect his country from terrorism and starvation. It will be recalled that hundreds gathered at a Somali beach hotel last week in an attack claimed by Al-Qaeda East African affiliate, which left 37 people dead and dozens wounded. Stay on the foreign story. Israel has approved a new illegal settlement on a UNESCO's World Heritage Site near Bethlehem in the occupied West Bank. Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich said his office has completed its work and published a plan for the new Nahal Oz settlement in Gush Ezion, a block of illegal settlements south of Jerusalem. Smotrich said Israel will continue to fight against the dangerous project of creating a Palestinian state, and explained that the percent of its original size, the only place left for agriculture, for picnics, planting, and building. It was gathered that all of Israel's settlements in the West Bank occupied since 1967 and inhabited by some 700,000 Israeli settlers, including occupied East Jerusalem, are considered illegal under international law, regardless of whether they have Israeli planning permission. The Israeli anti-settlement group Peace Now said it will flank houses in the Palestinian village of Bati, a World Heritage Site known for its stepped agricultural terraces, vineyards, and olive groves. That ends the midday news on OSBC TV. Join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.